Are you ready to write some SQL queries? Finally! Alright, we're going to write some queries, and here we are in phpMyAdmin. I've clicked on the SQL tab, and here's my query window. And there's already a query in here. Select star from Moodle user where 1. This query contains 3 clauses: a select clause, a from clause, and a where clause. This is the basic structure for a query, and this is a very simple query, but I'm going to make it even simpler and show you that you don't even need to use all 3 clauses. I'm going to delete the from and the where clause, and we're going to focus on the select clause. In the select clause, you can do math. For example, you can select 2 plus 2, and make sure the retain query box checkbox is checked. Then click Go, and look down here for your query results. 4. You can do multiplication with the asterisk, so select 2 times 8, for example. Click Go, and the answer is 16. You can select back a string of characters. Just enclose the characters in single quotes. So select tick hello world tick. Click Go, and hello world is returned. You can also assign an alias, which will change the column header in the result. So after the thing you're selecting, type the word as, then your alias. Click Go, and you can see the alias is the column header here. Also, the keyword as is optional. It'll know what you're talking about, so I'm going to delete that out of here. Click Go, and you can see that this still works just fine. And of course, you can also return data from the database. Data is stored in fields, so yes, you can type field names in here, but surround the field names in Graves. That's in the upper left on the same key with the tilde. So Grave, username, Grave. But as soon as you start selecting values out of a database, the from clause becomes important. You have to tell it what table to pull the field values from. And in this case, we want to pull it from the user table, MDL_user, and surround that with Graves as well. Now, if your database prefix is different, then just replace MDL_ with whatever your database prefix is. Click the Go button, and the results look good, right? That makes sense. These are the usernames of all the users we currently have. Now, as far as the Grave quotes go, I've also heard them called backticks and grave quotes, and I'll mention that it is not absolutely necessary to use Graves. I'll delete them quick and show you that this will work just fine without them. Exactly the same results. And notice how the text is black here. And once I add the Graves, the text turns blue. Well, the technical reason for using Graves is that if your table or field or alias name happens to be a MySQL keyword or reserved word, then without the Graves, the query would return an error. And using Graves means you don't need to worry about that happening. Anyway, I think the blue text can help with readability, and it is definitely a best practice to use Graves and a good habit to get into, so I will be doing that in this class. So next, let's write a query to return all of the columns in the user table. I'm going to change the select clause here to an asterisk and click the Go button, and that will return all of the columns in the user table, which starts with the ID field here. Now, the where clause allows you to restrict your result set. So I can add a condition in the where clause, say where ID equals, and then I'll pick one of my user's IDs, say 3. We'll execute that, and that narrows our result set so that we're only getting one record returned. And that's the record with an ID equal to 3. And if I change the ID in the where clause to 4 and run that, then I get Robert Plant's record in my result. I'm going to do one more where clause example quick and say where username like tick, the letter R, %tick. And this searches for records where the username starts with the letter R. The percent sign is a wildcard, basically says that any character can come after the R. And we get 2 results because 2 of the usernames start with the letter R. All right, and that is enough for now. That'll get us started, huh? Now we're ready to get into the GWS Query Practice plugin. We're going to recreate these queries using PHP code and Moodle's DML API.